Took notes every time I loaded. Lessons in Latin ink, smuggled through heat on wax. We spill truth that don't fit in the tweets.
If it's ancient, it's sacred, no cap, just law.
You could die from a comma or a single claw.
Every letter caught in cane. Still the parchment won't complain.
I pen for them brothers with ink on they back. Tails tattooed from business, the system won't redact. I ain't read Psalms, I bled mine on receipts. From bodegas where the preachers don't preach, they eat. Scroll work on my soul like Damascus steel. Sharper with the page than the stainless feel. I fold my bars like the prophet's rolls. Where the seams high sins and the silence glows. Every rhyme's a relic from the project's tomb. Like scriptures buried in the basement room. They say truth is written by victors. Nah, we write truth with the victim's scars. My stance is brave like a lifeless breath. Measured in bars, no time left. I pass my verses through wax like contraband. Till the beat caught fire from my calloused hand.
He wrote the world and never spoke. The scroll still turns with every stroke. The crown ain't gold, it's the fire in your word. The king speaks once and the silence is heard.
My first rhyme was a glyph in the pharaoh's tomb. Scribe with a spliff lit under crescent moons. The block taught me syntax, verbs, and chalk. When bullets skip beats in the alleys talk. They said speak like a man, so I whispered in storms. Learn silence got teeth and the truth conforms. My tongue ain't mine, it's a bloodline's echo. A slave's last chant, a prophet's falsetto. Mama said, son, your voice can cut iron. So I sharpen each word like a verse from Zion. Use slang like scripture, cold like psalms. Every phrase built bridges between devils and gods.
He don't wear gold or wave no gun. His kingdom lives on the edge of his tongue.
My voice been court case, war drum and psalm. Lit candles with vows, raise hell with calm. I spoke to the wind and the wind took notes. Now hurricanes quote me in murder coats. Tongue heavy like chains on the ship floors cry. Still I spit like the North Star split the sky. A rebel with a rhyme and a 5-point stance. Every syllable a brick in my ancestors' chants. Didn't stutter when I faced my fate. Just spat truth so sharp it split the gate. No mic in my crib but the pain was live. So I rap to the roaches just to feel alive.
He don't wear gold or wave no gun. His kingdom lives on the edge of his tongue.
Now I ghost write thunder in the ghetto dialect. Every pause is a prayer, every line's architect. I spit for the new kids who dream in fire, and spit back scripture when the block retire. Tongue been dagger, flag and drum. Broke whole empires with the breath of one. I was born with no throne, no robe, no sword. Just a chipped tooth, cracked stupid lord. So I write for the fallen in jail, the undone. We ain't lost, just buried beneath the sun. And I still speak slow, cause the wise don't run. If truth got a weapon, it's the king's own tongue.
He don't wear gold or wave no gun. His kingdom lives on the edge of his tongue. The throne ain't built on marble stone. It's built where voices stand alone. The throne ain't gold or marble stone. It's built voices stand alone. Smoke don't lie and ashes speak in the quiet rooms where prophets weep.
I learned to read pain in the margin notes. Every page scorched with forgotten quotes. A library where the shelves lean tired, full of burned truths they once admired. I write like I'm boxing with God's regret, dodging fate in a verse that ain't finished yet. My bars ain't bars, they confession booths, lit with the lanterns of ancient truths. Every rhyme I write's like a sermon smoked. The ink runs red where the paper choked. I spit to Rochelle what the fire erased, where the mass and the facts got laced. silence got louder where the stories burned, and the index curl where the pages turned. I walk through halls and memories sin, where the light gets judged and the dark gets in. Ash in my lungs, but I still recite from a script that was kissed by forbidden light. Truth ain't clean, it's stained and scarred, wearing robes of ink with a prisoner's guard. I rhyme for the ghosts in academic chains who died unnamed in invisible flames. I built my verses from what they trashed, knowledge rebuilt from the library of ash.
Some walls are woven, not built with stone. They whisper soft truths when you're left alone.
1,000 threads in a grave cloth tailored. Truth got buried in a tongue that's jailed. I speak like cathedrals inside of a scroll, where each word's a tremor in a trembled soul. Velvet tombs for the rich and crooked, silk lined, guilt in a verse they overlooked. I moonwalk on shadows the kings deny, with a crown made of echoes from the martyr's cry. Blueprints buried in a shepherd's dream, where the lambs wore masks and the wolves wore cream. Every metaphor's a secret tucked in plain view, and the ink's just tears from what time withdrew.
Bury me soft in a tomb of velvet. If truth still breathes, I'll rise and tell it.
I seen maps in the folds of a widow's laugh, where the cracks in her voice drew a hidden path. The pyramids whispered when the lights went low, said don't trust the throne when the roots don't grow. I rhyme like a monk in a war-torn dusk, balanced on syllables and verses I trust. These ain't bars, they coins for the river ride, each one stamped with the face of those who lied. Pages stitched to the skin of belief, where the doubts turn seeds and the silence speaks. I spit for the orphans of forgotten gods, where love wore rags and the truth limps odd.
Bury me soft in a tomb of velvet. If truth still bleeds, I'll rise and tell it. Lay down the lies like linen clean, and I'll wake again from a velvet dream.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Time don't bend, and time don't bend. It just leaves salt at every end.
Yeah. I seen kings cry in empty mansions. Gold won't hold you when regret advances. I move like a second-hand slice of fate. Every tick I spit adds weight to the plate. Time taught me pain ain't just in the bruise. It's in the dreams you postpone and lose. I wrote rhymes on receipts and summons, turn poverty's drum into warfield percussion. People freeze frames, I bleed through reels. They flex on gram, I flex on ideals. Every bar's a grain in my life's device, and I still taste salt when I sacrifice.
So sour tears of the cloud. Truth drips slow when the hands don't stop.
Some moments rot while you hold them tight. I let them go and watch wrong birthright. The hourglass don't flip when you bleed, it flips when you bleed or when fate intercedes. Lessons came like thieves in coats, taught me morals get sold by men in quotes. I trust time, but I read its face. A broken dial still runs the race. I don't measure life by years and games, but by the silence between two trains. Between the beat and the pause I breathe, and leave grains of thought in every creed.
So sour these tears of the cloud. Truth drips slow when the hands don't stop.
The past don't speak, it just stings your tongue. And time writes hymns in a dead man's lung.
Kill confirmed. Located the rest of them. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad. Get
10 candles tall in a room gone cold, burning slow prayers nobody told.
No, it's ended.
I was born with a quiet cry soft in the breeze, where the truth feel heavy and the lies get teased. Mama lit 10 candles, said each one a vow to light the parts of me I ain't figured out now. We walk through winters with our heads wrapped in psalms, hope tucked in pockets, no coats on our arms. Each verse a flame, each flame a fight, each slain to sermon stitched into the night. I speak in smoke from a time long past, when the wise talk slow, when the proud talk last. The spirit don't shout, it hums through the floor. 10 candles flickering behind a closed door.
10 candles tall, with the night too wide, whispers of heaven where the hurt can hide. 10 candles fall, but the night too hot, some hurt is all.
See, faith ain't a jewel you just keep on display. It's that crack lamp still burning anyway. I've been broke like bread on a Sunday plate, but grace always come, never early, never late. I write my blues with a quiet ink, a hymn for the lost who ain't had time to think. 10 candles tall, each wick a sin that melted in the wax for the prayer begin. My feet still remember where barefoot bled, my lips still tremble with the words unsaid. But light is a promise dressed in flame, and 10 candles tall still spell my name.
10 candles tall, but the night too wide, whispers of heaven where the hurt can't hide. 10 flames good when the silence calls, some prayers and 10 cannons fall. I gave my sorrow to the stars, but grace still charged me.
I bartered my sleep for a verse in the wind, spoken tongues till the mirror wore thin. Grain of the prophets, breath of the priests. I write scripture where the ink don't cease. Born with a minarets hum in the rain, and deals with the heavens, got blood in the grain. Folded my past in a talisman knot, and traded my name for the grace I forgot. The veil don't live till your truth go blind, so I spat out gold from a rusted mind. Every rhyme is a trial, every word a blade. In the barter for grace, every debt gets paid.
What do you trade when your name won't save you? Grace don't come till the fiery grace you. What do you trade when your name won't save you? Grace don't come till the fiery makes you.
A dove on a rail, but a snake at the gate. Every soul got a currency tied to fate. I walk through the sermon with stones in my hand, ready to bleed for what I don't understand. Kissed the Quran and I slept by the Torah. Dreamed in Sanskrit, woke up in horror. Wrote my last will in the margins of light, still bartering breath in the middle of night. Came here barefoot with the voice of the Psalms, hands full of ghosts, heart full of qualms. And if they ask what my silence cost, tell them I barter for grace, nothing was lost.
What do you trade when your name won't save you? Grace don't come till the fiery makes you. Don't win the war in soul this soul, and grace don't knock, it just takes hold.
The wind don't warm when the soul gets sold, and grace don't knock, it just takes hold. I said my prayers in the trees, but the wolves knew how to read.
They ain't hunting for meat no more, they hunting for faith. Teeth in the scripture, blood on the gate. The pastor got caught with the serpent's grin. Now the pews all silent while the shadows grin. I've been baptized in alleyway sin, with a bottle full of verses in the path of my kin. I spit psalms where the candles flicker, where wolves wear cloth and the lion sounds slicker. One prayer for the brother I lost, one shell in the clip for the double cross. And if grace still count in a world like this, let it fall like ash on the ones I miss. One prayer for the brother I lost, one shell in the clip for the double cross. And if praise still count in a world like this, let it fall like ash on the ones I miss.
Woozy prayers when the preacher don't cry, so I send mine low where the silence replies.
Yeah, I built my chapel out of bed steel bars and lit candles with rage under burned out stars. Grew up where halos get pawned for a meal, where the truth sound fake and the fake sound real. Confession ain't safe cause the booth got ears, and the wolves wear ties while they sipping your tears. I met God in the back room with blood on the floor. He said preach when you're broke and pray when you're sore. So I keep my psalms with a switchblade live, and I love like a sinner, forgive like a sieve. The choir still humming while the jackals feast, but I walk like a man even when I'm a beast.
Woozy prayers when the preacher don't cry, so I send mine low where the silence replies. Mold don't rise, it waits below, right where pain forgot to go.
Seen crows on the wire playing jazz with the breeze, where the ashes of the city settle soft on your knees. I'm the whisper in the payphone, scratching God's plan, making miracles with nothing but a lunchbox and a jam. I've been broke in 5 dialects, rich in one soul. Had to rhyme in all Warzone where the truth got sold. Every bar's like a riddle wrapped in prayer and stress. I make the beat breathe different when my mind undressed. I got jokes for the warden, wise lines for the trap. So clean, even bugs in the wire start to clap. The city's my canvas, I tag it with ghosts. My flows like a crosstown bus, never comes close. Put the pen to the page and the sky took notes. Now my rhymes walk with halos wearing trench coat quotes. I'm the ash in your lungs, the smooth in your burn. A punchline with a passport, I laugh when I learn.
The city weeps in subway tones, still I hum through shattered bones.
Came up where the roaches knew the DJ's name, where the blues wore gold fronts of the whole pack game. I spit facts like a hustler reading psalms out loud, and drop gems like my pockets just broke from the crowd. Yo, I'm a joke in a courtroom, still deadly as proof. Got bars so slick they could lube God's truth. You laughed and you cried and you hear what I meant. I'm the echo of your father when the rent got spent. See, my mind's a museum, my flow's the tour. You don't need translation, just pain that's pure. I bend verbs like vendors twist funnel cake, turn a metaphor to food and a simile to steak. I'm slick talk with a purpose, flip talk to a sermon. Got wisdom in my wallet and the devil still lurking. So when the sun don't shine and your prayer ain't loud, just remember my verse is a smoke ring proud.
Ash don't float, it's smoke and dies, till the soldier shattered bones. Midnight crack like broken glass. Hope walks home on shattered glass.
Yo, slick tongue laced truth in a diamond studded sermon. I was preaching through the speakers while the preacher was still learning. Tales from a crib where the Bible got dust, and the only time we bowed was the load or the trust. I put jokes in my rhymes like I hide grief and a laugh. You try to play me, I ghostwrite your epitaph. My pen got a pension, every line got old money. Punchline swing like Sugar Ray when it's sunny. I'm the paragraph the devil tried to redact, still showed up like karma wearing all black. Every metaphor got 2 passports to the blade, one for the flight and one for the masquerade. AZ apostle of the project halls, where the real saints got mugshots on the walls. I spit chess moves, coat them in charm and gold. Even my jokes quote Confucius when told.
I lead on in every line, still I burn and still I try.
I bled ink in the booth, still the pad ain't full. Only thing I ever ducked was a question from a fool. Street prophet with a pension plan and karma. They call me smooth cause I turn war into drench lines like taxes. Everybody gon' pay, jokes so slick, even mirrors look away. I'm a choir boy in snakeskin, angel with a temper. Every line's a burner but I rhyme like December. Kept the crown in the crate, never wore it in public. Said too much truth, and they called it disruptive. I'm the lesson in the laughter, gospel in the grime. Still 2 steps ahead while they stuck on the rhyme. These verses got a scent, frankincense and gunpowder. And I whisper my prayers louder than they holler. See, I ain't here for applause or applause breaks. I'm just a poet that the prayer still translates.
Street songs written in diesel and grace. Still I sing from a broken place.
The stones were loud, but the silence sealed. What holds the gods ain't what they build.
Villain with a trowel in the temple of the sky gods, mixing crushed halos with ash from the eye chain cards. Tails in the cracks, more to breathe in between. Held Olympus together with a cough and a dream. Architect scribbled but forgot what binds, so I filled divine gaps with rhyme and rhymes. Scroll in the mask, keep secrets in the grout. Rappers talk bricks, I thought where they shout. Spit like a mason's ghost taping the blueprint. Speech bent, each vent leaks a new hint. Whispers in the wall joints, potent divine frauds. I'm what they don't see, water between guards.
Stone on stone and crown on crown, but the truth lives deep where the weight comes down.
I mix lime with a sigh from a burnt sage breath. Build lines in the dark where the marble forgets. Paint hieroglyphs in cement dust. Cloak them in ash, coding the curvature. Facts in the flash. Mummify the beat, wrap the wax in verse. Every joint I touch holds a planet curse. The gods play chess with cathedral bones, while I patch their cracks with a microphone's tone. Language in brick form, syntax of soot. I stitch up the heavens with tar underfoot. You hearing hymns from the space that bonds. My rhyme book reads like the space between lines.
Stone on stone and crown on crown, but the truth lives deep where the weight comes down.
Doom lay verses like sacred repairs. Filling holes in the God's cracked stairs. Bubble in my hoodie, blueprints in my palm. Speak slow like thunder, trap thunder calm. Chisel syllables where the choir won't hum. Scripture stuck in between tongue and drum. The echo you ignore is the realest applause. I ain't the pillar, I'm the silence that draws. Concrete sermons in a villain's dialect. Spells in the residue, truth in the specs. More to hold history, glue of the frauds. I'm the mask in the middle, between gods.
Stone on stone and crown on crown, but the truth lives deep where the weight comes down. The what they missed, now what they built, but what they missed. The soul.
I break codes in the kitchen with a triple beam. Cook math on the stove while I'm serving these dreams. Got a 9 in the drawer, but my weapon's my mind. Where I'm busting off rhymes that collapse space-time. I flip scripts like birds over corner chalk. Talk slick and your crew disappears like quarks. Vinyl hits, knife glint. The cipher is deep. We write theories in the street while the universe sleep. Check the barcode on the shell case, trace to Saturn. I move weight in equations, keep patterns. Cabin, quantum thug, got galaxies on payroll. My plug ain't Colombian, it's a black hole. Counting sins on the abacus blade, where the math of the streets gets paid. Counting sins on the abacus blade, where the math of the streets gets paid. I snipe thoughts from rooftops, encrypted in slang. Blueprints etched on bullets, engraved in bangs. Spin vinyl with equations. The DJ know that I rhyme in Morse code when the speakers blow. Hey yo, I wore a crown of Mercury in the courtroom. Told the judge, your honor, gravity is my goon. No match, just a page in the chrome philosophy. I wrote my own laws, then filed them in prophecy. My enemies talk, then vanish in decimals. I spit verse that make mathematicians tremble. What street is the arc of the Glock? Parabola. I write rhymes that fold space like spatulas. Stay woke like the scope of a cosmic hit. You either dead or divine in the math I spit. Counting sins on the abacus blade, where the math of the streets gets paid. Counting sins on the abacus blade, where the math of the streets gets paid. Down, down, okay, okay. Down, 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 down. Boy, he mapped your road. Even if the stars don't show, he knows. Watch your step, even shadows leave trails. In a tenement shade where the whispers roam, live a boy who believed he was carved from stone. He wore second-hand dreams stitched in threadbare pride, and his prayers sounded rough, but they still reach high. He'd step through alleys, rhythm and shoes, learning hard lessons from the cold brick blues. Old heads told him don't trust the smoke, but the only maps he had were in riddle and joke. He read sidewalk cracks like sacred scripts, each pothole a parable, each bruise a glyph. Didn't need a preacher to find his grace. He saw halos glow in his mother's face, and when the nights grew long like winter's tongue, he'd hum to the wind, I ain't yet done. He rode my path with fire and stone. Every stumble still brought me home. Invisible blueprints, silent and wise. Even the dark can testify. Met a drifter once by the old steel fence. Said truth ain't loud, it speaks in dents. Showed him a scar shaped like a folded map. Said this one taught me to never collapse. So the boy took note, no pen, no pad. Just carried each tale like a nomad's bag. He walked through thunder past dogs in doubt, but his soul had rhythm, couldn't knock it out. He danced on curses, whistled through pain. Each raindrop told him his purpose and strain. And when folks asked who guides your climb, he'd smile, the one who don't follow time. No wires, no screens, no flashy chrome, just footsteps echoed on cobblestone. Through my pack with fire and stone. Every stumble still brought me home. Invisible blueprints, silent and vibes. Even the dark can testify. Time flip, baby high. We're ready to fight on this.
It was big black brown hair. Now it's just puddles and ghosts with a crossover.
Used to be 5 games waiting for chain nets, side bets, boom boxes, or respecting sweats. He had that first step flash like a blade, crossed him so bad they walked home in shame. Taught college scouts at 15, full ride, whole block knew was jumping like the Psalms they recite for one summer. Keith Rose and pride got loud, and the boy in the crowd let his envy out. Shot rang mid-pivot, tore the court in half. Ball bounced, lonely crowd, frozen gas. Knee gone, dreams gone, news gone quick. Just a mural on the gate with his name in script.
Rain on the shot clock, street forgot the score. Where legends used to dribble, only thunder hits the floor.
Now he limp past the court on his way to the store. Got a cane, 3 screws and a limp in the core, but he still watch kids play when the sun dry lines. Eyes glassy with memories that ain't rewind.
He whisper plays to himself, goes coach in the rain. Calls fouls, no one hears. His name's like prayers again. Sometimes he shoots alone, just shadow and splash. Wears a torn Knicks jersey, same one from the crash. The backboard cracked and the clock don't tick, but in his mind it's a finals game, full court, real quick. No scholarships now, no crowd to erupt. Just him and that rim and the past all scoffed.
Rain on the shot clock, street forgot the score. Where legends used to dribble, only thunder hits the floor.
He still show up when it pours.
Still think the rim remembers him, maybe it do.
He ain't even 5 feet. But when he sit on that crate,
The whole avenue look up to him. He sat on that milk crate like it was carved from stone. Plastic crack, but the way he leaned made it a throne. 50 in his sock, little blade in his cuff. Didn't sell much, just watched who bought stuff. He knew who ran late, who blinked when they lied. Count every license plate, just by the ride. Lil Kev, no father, no chain, no gold tooth. Just ears wide open and a knack for the truth. He ain't play ball, said that ain't my sport. His hustle was info, sold word like his pork. Told Rico, cops hit the back route at 2. Told Marlon, skip that block, the kids know you. On that crate, he see the whole world move. Stoop King, Alley Bishop Street like proof. Quiet as a whisper, but the block know the code when he sits down. All the stories stories unfold. Wore payless kicks, but his game was laced. Saw the future in smoke and every face erased. Watch Miss Tanya cry after Dre got hit. Then told her where they dumped the burner and split. Didn't need stripes, didn't need no crew. Just him and that crate and the sky turned blue. Sometimes he'd hum old tunes as Nana played, while dealers argued who's shorter was stayed. He knew secrets, who had heat, the stroller, who stole from the plug, who's a snitch, who's a soldier. But he ain't speak, just nodded and leaned. Wore the city sins like they stitched in his jeans. On that crate, see the whole world move. Stoop King, Alley Bishop Street like proof. Quiet as a whisper, but the block know the code. When he sits down, all the stories unfold. And one night it rained, heavy like guilt. He ain't flinched, just sipped from a thermos he built. Watch cops question a fiend who ain't talk. Then watch that same fiend die in the dark. He carved his name in the bottom of that crate, next to tally marks, initials and fate. Said, if I go, don't make no mural. Just pass the seat to someone loyal. Now the crates stay empty, she move on, but the spot still breathes like it know the song. Kids walk past it like it ain't no thing, but every OG nods like seen a king. On that crate, you see the whole world move. Stoop King, Alley Bishop Street like proof. Quiet as a whisper, but the block know the code. When he sat down, every lie got told. Kino with a drum, Kino with a dress. Kino with a drum, Kino with a dress.
Some in the front, dice game the back. Even the Lord got two eyes, one hoping for that.
It's Sunday morning, bell ring sharp at 11. Ladies in white step light like they floating to heaven. Deacon James on the mic talking fire and peace, but behind the chapel, God's work got a crease. 4 boys crouched low.